Greetings, everyone. You've probably all noticed that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been in a stalemate for a long time. The other day, there was a story about how big the problem has gotten and what Marvel plans to solve it. There were two important pieces of information. First, that Marvel is considering reuniting the original Avengers team, although it's not certain. The second is that Marvel has fired Kang, who Marvel has been promoting as a villain for years. Of course, the first of these information is in the thought stage. Marvel has not yet made a final decision. By the way, before I go deeper into the video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your feedback, so let's dive into the video. First of all, the article talks about Marvel's decline. Probably everyone has noticed this. Especially after Endgame, Marvel exhausted the audience. Almost every week of the year there was a new movie or a new TV series episode. The reason they release so many movies and series is to attract subscribers to the Disney Plus platform. But just because of this, Marvel has become a boring thing where everyone used to count down the days until the next movie came out. Now, getting advance information for Marvel movies is as hard as Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. By the way, the last Marvel movie that came out was The Marvels. A normal viewer needs to watch Captain Marvel, WandaVision, and Ms. Marvel to understand this movie. Or you can stop watching these series and become a master or something. Not only that, but the quality of the visual effects has gone down a lot with the increasing number of movies and TV series. Usually people who talk about Marvel emphasize that Marvel planned all this in advance. This view is complete nonsense. In fact, one of Marvel's most unique features is that they can change the script even after a movie has been made. Let me explain. They make a movie, they watch the movie, and they reshoot the scenes that didn't happen, so they call the actors to reshoot. It's a very expensive thing. But Marvel does it a lot so that the movie is good and the story is connected to other productions. Sometimes, because of these reshoots, the actors can't be on set at the same time. So they shoot the scenes of the characters separately and then show them together. This method is sometimes good and sometimes very bad. Even the possibility that the script can be changed later on can make you write a worse script. Or sometimes Marvel decides to change so many things that they end up with a really bad result. Then they go to the visual effects companies and say, you have to finish this scene in 3 days, the movie comes out next week, and we complain about why the visual effects are bad. That's why Marvel's visual effects companies decided to unionize. Because these people were working very hard for very short periods of time, and they weren't getting any additional pay for overtime. But with unionization, their working hours will be improved, and they will be able to get paid for their overtime. Now let's move on to another case, Kang. Last year, the ex-girlfriend of Jonathan Majors, who played Kang, sued Jonathan Majors, claiming that he physically abused her. Afterwards, the actor's ex-girlfriends made similar statements and many of the actor's projects were canceled. Everyone waited for Marvel to make a statement, but Marvel did not make any statement for a long time. Recently, however, the court found Jonathan Majors guilty of third-degree intentional assault and harassment. Marvel then fired Jonathan Majors. At the same time, the second season of Loki was filmed before these events, so the series is still ongoing. Worse, Marvel was considering eliminating Kang altogether before these events. Yes, since Ant-Man 3, the first time we saw Kang, didn't do well at the box office, Marvel's executives sat down and talked about making Doctor Doom the new villain. It would be different if Marvel takes such a decision because we are talking about a world that is constantly moving forward based on theories. If the villain changes because the box office is down, the theories made before will have no meaning. Now that Kang has been fired, it's not yet clear who the new villain will be, and there may not even be a new villain. Another issue in the news is about bringing back the full original Avengers team. The company is talking about bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson's characters, and then bringing back Captain America, Hawkeye, and all of them together to bring interest back in the franchise. And I think they're right because if all these characters come back together at once, people who say Marvel is boring now will fight for movie tickets. Especially if Iron Man comes back. That would be huge. To be honest, I wouldn't be too excited if that happened because it would mean that Marvel no longer has a story to tell us. I think people will realize that and they'll still flock to the movies just to see Iron Man. In short, they will lure us back to the movies. Soon Hugh Jackman will return to the Marvel Universe as Wolverine and Deadpool. After that, it would be good to make a movie with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and the original Avengers team. Also, this movie would be a blockbuster. Also, if this movie is made, the Marvel Universe will have to be reset and rebooted in 10 years. We already see things like this in the comics all the time. If you ask me, it would be really good if Marvel didn't release anything for a few years after Endgame and then slowly introduce the characters we care about. But we're talking about Hollywood here. They couldn't stop because Hollywood always needs to make money. So the Marvel Universe will always be there whether we like it or not. I hope the company will make movies like the Spider-Verse movies that are heartfelt, creative, and really focus on a character. It would even be nice if they made a low-budget movie focusing only on Peter Parker. Well, friends, we'll see what happens in the Marvel Universe in the future. I hope good things will happen. Well, friends, we have come to the end of another video. Hope to see you in the next videos. Take care of yourselves.